My phone started filming without me expressly asking it to. I guess we'll start the video now. Tis your boy. And certainly I've seen better days, and I know it's been a minute since, like, I got so much shit going on over here. Like, the fuck? It's been a minute. I know. It wasn't by design or on purpose. I am, how they say in the biz, struggling. ED has been hitting my ass pretty good. I've been, fuck, y'all. I mean, I can't talk about it here because all my videos that I talk about ED, they get fucking taken down. So just know that I am not doing well with food. I think I'm going to do a series. I think this is pertinent and quite topical, quite relevant to my experience as of now, and I think a lot of other people's experiences. And that is, I know like people call it like the loneliest epidemic, but it's a fucking pandemic. It's global. It's a global experience. It's a universal experience, and it is not fucking gendered. I'm tired. I'm low-key kind of goddamn tired of people calling it the male loneliness epidemic, or that it's like expressly a male experience. It is not. I think it is felt, maybe expressed more loudly. It is seen in more radical, perhaps, or extreme, maybe. There's definitely some extreme expressions of loneliness that I think we have been noticing an uptick in over the past. I mean, it's really been building up over decades, but especially within the last 5 to 10 years, I think a lot of it is, you know, shootings. There's been a lot of fucking shootings, and it's kind of terrifying that it's perpetuated by mostly cis men, and mostly it seems like they're suffering from quite a bit of loneliness. Is that, like, am I fucking tripping? Like, I feel like that's not like the crux of it, but like that's an underlying theme, that they are feeling isolated, they're feeling alienated, they're feeling not a part of the world at large or at small. They don't even feel a part of their own fucking world, and that's a horrible position to be in. And honestly, whether you care or not about the particular people that are perpetuating these just really toxic and fucking horrifying expressions of their pain, whether or not you care about those people, I think we all have like a vested interest in keeping everybody like kind of feeling accepted, kind of feeling like they're okay, because we wouldn't have those things happen if these people weren't feeling like some type of fucking way. It's not, you know, the same for everybody, but I really hate, I do hate feeling like I need to, I don't know, police my tone when talking about kind of this self-imposed experience of loneliness, because I do think that for like a vast majority of men that it is kind of a self-imposed experience, that not like you didn't impose it upon yourself, but the patriarchy, which is vastly perpetuated by men, they have really kind of made this system in which men cannot express themselves, they cannot feel comfort within society, generally speaking. And I won't say that like from person to person that you've imposed it upon yourself. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying that the system that was created by men is hurting men. It's like, wow, surprise. And so I just, there's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of intersectionality, and I'm not going to speak on the male experience because I'm not a fucking man. But I do think that a lot of my experience is, I don't know, I see a lot of the things that I'm going through mirrored in mostly men. I think partially like the way that I grew up and the way that I experience social interaction and emotional. I'm not emotionally available, generally speaking. I'm particularly good at accessing my feelings and expressing them, but there's a distinct difference between being able to express your feelings and allowing somebody to help you work through them. That's a lot more difficult to do. And so I don't, That is not my forte. That I'm not, and I'll be honest about it. I'm not fucking good at it. Yeah, I don't know how exactly I want to plot this out, but I do think I would like to talk about the experience of loneliness. I've been talking to Dig, and he's extraordinarily lonely. And it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad because he tends to gravitate more towards women because he's kind of an emotional person. But he's a little bit manipulative. I'm gonna fucking say it because I can't say it to him. I'm gonna tell y'all. It's manipulative to be friends with somebody and then test them. I feel like I shouldn't have to tell y'all this, but don't secretly test your friends to test their loyalty to you, whether or not they care about you. You should be able to express to them that you feel whatever way that you feel about your relationship, and to ask them, hey, could we talk more often? Hey, could you initiate more often? It's fucked up. It's fucked up to secretly test your friends. I'm just gonna say it. They're not your friends. If you're secretly testing them, they're not your fucking friends. And I would go so far as to say you're not their friend. That's not a thing that a friend does to another friend. And I don't know. Loneliness. So I think this will be maybe not an introduction, maybe not like the first video in the series, but at least I'm gonna try to broach it and try to figure out a way to approach it, because I do want to talk about it. Especially the parts that like I have seen in myself kind of developing over time. I've become a bit of a gooner. To be honest, I have been gooning. There's no other way to say it. I don't even know how it happened. I mean, I kind of know how it happened, but I don't. This is gonna be difficult. This is gonna be a difficult thing to tackle, but I want to talk about it real fucking bad, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. Yeah, this is just the seedling of the thought. We're gonna talk about, I guess, how loneliness manifests, what it entails, like the definitions, I guess, because everybody experiences loneliness a different way. And for me in particular, I find that I am the most lonely when I am around other people, which is, what the fuck do you mean? But I think it makes a lot of sense when you think about what the definition of loneliness is. It's an experience of isolation, an experience of feeling alienated in some way. And it's real easy to feel alienated when you're surrounded by other people because you have something to compare your experience to. And these people are doing great. Why the fuck am I the way that I am? And so I think it makes a lot of sense to feel lonely when surrounded by people. But you have to pick it apart a bit and kind of discuss the various facets of it. Oh man, yeah, I feel like I was just woefully ill-prepared for this video. But I think that's a good way to come into it, because I'm discovering the things that I need to kind of flesh out a bit more, things I need to delve into a bit more, the things I need to just think about. Yeah. And feel free, y'all, to give me ideas, to give me direction and the things that you want me to talk about when it comes to loneliness, because my experience is not the universal one. And my perspectives, even though I can try to think about it from a different way, I don't know fucking everything. And so I do appreciate anybody that wants to come through and say like their experience or what kind of facets of the experience you want me to expound upon. I think the pandemic very much made us more aware of our collective loneliness. Some people, they were pretty good. Like my best friend who lives in New York, he fucking thrived during the pandemic. And me and this friend are very similarly situated. We're both, very introverted. And while he was thriving during the pandemic, I suffered. I was not doing well, and I think it was because I had to spend a whole lot of time in close quarters with the Dig, and that kind of fucked me up. But there was other things that were going on, and it very much almost feels like it changed my brain chemistry in a way. where I can't function the same way I functioned before the pandemic. I just can't. And there's grief in that. There's just existential, like almost trauma in that. It's kind of fucking horrible. It's absolutely horrible. But in finding a new normal, I'm trying to figure out like what it is that I'm missing, what it is that I lost somehow along the way. And I think I've found that there is a difference between being by myself and being in my own company. Does that make sense? Where when I'm just by myself doing something, say I'm writing or I'm cleaning my room or I'm drawing or whatever, I'm concentrating on that thing, I'm doing that thing. But I'm a person that's like incredibly contemplative. And so I spend a lot of time in my own company. And I very much enjoy my own company and like, steeping in my own thoughts for extended periods of time. That is so goddamn important to me. And the pandemic has tainted that fundamentally for me. And I don't know exactly how it happened, but I experienced like this just crippling stint of depersonalization to the point where I no longer recognize myself as self. And that loneliness, that experience is horrifying. The fact that I am sitting in a room with me and I don't know who the fuck I am, that is scary. I don't know how else to describe it, and I think that's something that I want to get more into. I think that will be a video unto itself. The experience of depersonalized loneliness. Because holy shit, it's indescribable, guys. Because I have such a hard time even approaching it. And I would like to explain it in a way that is understandable, because I feel like there's a lot of people going through this and they can't put their finger on what exactly it is. And while, I can't entirely do it either, but I'm able to recognize it for what it is. And it is the loneliness one experiences when in their own company. And that is the most isolating, most debilitating, destabilizing, horrifying loneliness one can experience, honestly. Yeah, I very much want to get into that. And so, yeah, y'all let me know what kind of things you want me to talk about in this series. And I will try to coalesce my thoughts a bit better so that in future videos pertaining to loneliness, it's a little less rambly and a little less emotional and just more coherent. But yeah, until next time, I'll talk to y'all later.